The following is a message made possible by the stuff coming out of my head. I did not remotely rehearse that at all. But yes, to any and all Minnesota Vikings fans, first of all, I'm sorry I underestimated you. Second of all, and I'm not joking about this, I highly suggest you go and play the lottery. Because nobody was expecting what you guys did yesterday. Not even remotely. I mean, I knew it would be a relatively close game, but overtime? Overtime. Against the New Orleans Saints. In the Superdome. What? Like, I'm watching the game, and I actually had something to do later yesterday afternoon. I'll get into that in a second. But I'm watching the game. I'm just about getting ready to leave. About halftime, the Saints missed a field goal. I'm like, why do I get the feeling that may very well come back to bite them? And it did, in a way. So, a lot of people are going to say that, the Titans beating the Patriots was the upset of the playoffs. And while I most certainly will never disagree with that, you got to admit, the Minnesota Vikings definitely made a shocking upset as well. So, honestly, it really depends on what you're in the mood to root for. The Vikings beating the Saints or the Titans beating the Patriots. All I can say is, man, these playoffs they're going absolutely crazy. This has been one wild ride. And I'm wondering what's going to happen next. Happy Monday, everybody. So, if your team is no longer in the playoffs, sorry. That's the way it goes, I guess. So, now there are 8 teams in the playoffs, and while I don't actually, my list of the Super Bowl matchups I want to see is, I'm literally staring at it right over there, the notepad that it's on. But I'm just being lazy. I don't want to go and do it. I want to go and grab it. But of the ones I definitely remember talking about, the Seahawks versus the Chiefs, the Texans, or the Ravens, that Super Bowl could still happen. Chiefs and the 49ers could still happen. The Vikings or the Ravens will happen, or as I'm calling it, the Super Bowl. And I know that the Eagles are out. I mentioned the Sue Bird Bowl. But, the Seahawks are birds, and, they have the Ravens in the playoffs. You could use that as well. But let's be honest. Even though the marketing will use Sue Bird Bowl probably, the real significance would be that if the Ravens and the Seahawks, or the Chiefs and the Seahawks, or the Texans and the Seahawks made it to the Super Bowl, it'd be, the first time that the 2 starting Super Bowl quarterbacks were of African descent. That would be awesome. Fantastic way to kick off Black History Month when we get to it, which we do. It's only January 6th. I'm already talking about February. I shouldn't be counting my chickens before they hatch. Well, if I really wanted to count my chickens before they hatch, I'd be able to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl now. But after this weekend, I don't know. I really don't know. For starters, my Cowboys aren't even in the playoffs anymore. Or never even were in the playoffs. So, who I want to win really isn't any of my business. But I guess as long as the underdogs of all people are winning these games, I might as well be rooting for them. Vikings Titans Super Bowl. That actually wouldn't be a bad. Well, technically, I did say that the Titans versus everyone was an honorable mention just because, the Titans have never won a Super Bowl. So the fact that they're even there will generate enough buzz. So that's pretty neat. Hmm. I mean, I'd make my picks for this weekend now, but it's too early to say. I'm gonna wait a little while until I do that. I mean, again, I have all week to figure it out. I mean, again, we have entire week to think about it. But I think, I mean, I get the feeling I'm not going to be surprised at all who makes it to the Super Bowl. I really am not going to be surprised who makes it at this point. Because, again, we just saw 2 6 seeds win out against opponents that when they're at home are arguably the most dangerous at what they do, especially at the time of year. So it really is up in the air, but we still have there's still San Francisco and Green Bay on one end and the Chiefs and the Ravens on the other. It's going to be a madhouse. Oh, I should probably stop talking about that and talk about what I did yesterday. Well, I know that people like to say, whenever it comes up that, their family is great, yada, 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 all that stuff. But, yeah, my family's really awesome. Oh, I should probably explain. See, as you guys know, recently, I turned 30. And on my 30th birthday, my mother, my father, my grandmother, and I, we went to church, and then we went to the Libs Supper Club in Elmira. It was a very wonderful evening. Well, my mother wanted to throw me like an actual birthday party, get together, lots of food, stuff like that, and, conflicting schedules. I mean, you couldn't really do that, on the weekend of my birthday. So we decided to do it yesterday. And to say that it was a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, it is an understatement. I got to see my family again. If any of you guys are watching, you most certainly know who you are. Thank you for being there and celebrating, my birthday. I can definitely say that, it's just been over a week since I turned 30. And, I mean, it hasn't been like life-altering great or anything, but I can definitely tell you that if what's happened in this first week of my 30s is of any indication, and here's the hoping about that, by the way, that my future's looking pretty bright. So, yeah, my family's awesome. And, I got a couple gifts from them because, my family's awesome, including but not limited to. My cousins gave me a shirt. It's a really nice looking shirt. I'll wear it I'll wear it this weekend at some point. I think I will. Yeah, I'll remember to do that. And they also gave me they got me a book. It's really cool. It says Movies and Other Things, a collection of questions asked, answered, and illustrated. Even though it doesn't say and illustrated, but asked, answered, illustrated. And I love the characters on there. You got John Wick, you got the Joker, you got one of Jackie Chan's characters, one of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park, and this is interesting. I'm reading the illustration on the back. This is the second book in the And Other Things series. The first one was about basketball. This one was about movies. They're different content, but similar instruction, which is to say, each chapter here is a different movie question that needs to be answered. Sometimes the question is about a single movie. Example, who gets it the worst in Kill Bill? Other times, the question is about multiple movies that are all tied together by a certain theme. Example, who's in the perfect heist movie crew? There's art in the book, and also there are charts in here too. We spent a lot of time working on everything here. Hope you like it. If you don't, please do not tell me. Thank you. Shay Serrano? It's a Serrano, Serrano. So, yeah. Yeah. Although, forward by John Leguizamo. Love that guy. That guy's cool. And illustrated by Arturo Torres. Sweet. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to reading this book. I will read that a little bit later. And, I got some cards. And don't even get me started on the food that my mom prepared. Because, I'm living my own. Yeah, I know how to cook. And I can cook really well. But, man, there is nothing better than mom food. There just isn't. She made turkey with stuffing. There was ham, green beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese. The hors d'oeuvres included a cheese plate with pepperoni and grapes and crackers, mini meatballs, a very special dip that my family concocted called chili con queso, which is a really fancy queso dip, with scoops, an olive and bread and butter pickle plate. Is there anything else? And trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. There was salad. Gotta have salad. Gotta have the vegetables. She made mandarin orange jello with the mandarin orange pieces in it. Not quite sure about the mandarin orange pieces, but the jello was still awesome. And for dessert, we had, of course, the best kind of, first of all, we had these, if you go to Sam's Club, they have those trays of brownies. It's only $15. Those were awesome. It was it's 20 brownies, and there's 5 different kinds of brownies. One is a chocolate caramel swirl on them, one is a vanilla frosting swirl on them, one is white chocolate shavings, one is regular chocolate shavings, and one is this giant, triangular looking wedge of chocolate on top. Those brownies are good. But of course, you can't have a birthday party without cake. And for me personally, I had, of course, the best kind of cake, which is, of course, ice cream cake from Baskin-Robbins. So, yes, it was a wonderful time filled with all too much food. If there was ever a flaw in my birthday, it's really just a nitpick. It's just, my mom likes the idea of using colorful candies like M&M's and Skittles, right? Well, here's the thing. She filled many cupcake dishes. Obviously the cupcakes before you actually use them for cupcakes. And she put the Skittles and the M&M's in them. Here's the thing, though. She mixed them both. No one mixes Skittles and M&M's. I love my mom, but that was kind of a faux pas. But I can ignore that. And if you can believe it, there was actually icing on this already delicious cake. Oh yeah, there was more. And that is the fact that everyone in my family got to meet my nephews. I got to see my nephews again. I got to hold them. It was wonderful. Believe it or not, I can actually tell my nephews apart. I'm not going to say their names or whatever yet, but should you ever meet my nephews, for now, there actually is a way you can tell them apart. And it's all in the hair. One of them has shorter hair than the other. And that's how I can tell them apart. So, that's awesome. Yeah. All in all, it was a wonderful evening. Gosh, I love my family. If any of you guys are watching, you know who you are. Thank you so much. I will admit, not that I was as scared of it as most people are, but I really was not looking forward to my 30s. But with stuff like, living to see, what happened this past weekend even, my family celebrating my birthday, I'm feeling pretty darn good. And, man, this next state of my being address is going to be nothing short of hopefully good. But then again, we are in January. Who knows? Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on social media platforms. Turn on notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care. Make good choices. I gotta go. See ya.